Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. This is the Tuesday evening edition, August 11th, 2020. Weather for Weather Geeks is going to feature quite a bit of quiet weather over the next few days, but we'll find plenty of interesting things to talk about in the atmosphere and up in the heavens as well. It was an interesting looking sky today, actually a little bit gloomy at the start of the day today. We even had a sprinkle or a quick shower in a couple of spots. Then we were left with kind of a mixed bag of clouds and sunshine for most of the day today. Different types of clouds, different levels of the atmosphere made for a pretty cool looking sky. Looking down now at the clouds with our high-res visible satellite, the kind of daily buildup of cumulus clouds that we oftentimes see in the summer season starting to slowly fade away early this evening. There'll be some high clouds filtering in as we go through the overnight, so we'll average a partly cloudy sky for our Tuesday night. The big story in the next 24 hours, it's going to start to feel a little bit more comfortable by Wednesday, as these mid-60s dew points are replaced by dew points mostly in the 50s. They're getting that drier air now in Detroit and Lansing over towards Milwaukee, Chicago, and Green Bay. And that's what's coming our way as we go into Wednesday. Wanted to review the big derecho event across the Midwest into parts of the Great Lakes and the lower Ohio Valley yesterday into last evening. The definition of a derecho, a long-lived line of severe thunderstorms, typically that brings just a ton of wind. And this started as a small complex of thunderstorms out across parts of the Plain States, congealed into just a hellacious line in Iowa, where there were several observations of 100 plus mile per hour winds. This produced, I believe, an EF1 tornado in downtown Chicago when it rolled through the Windy City. And then finally it started to weaken as expected as this moved into parts of Ohio, southern Indiana, northern Kentucky as well. This may have been one of the stronger derecho events since the one that impacted a lot of Ohio back in the summer of 2012. It was mostly south of Youngstown, but that was a doozy of a wind maker and a damage producer across central and southern Ohio, across West Virginia, southern PA, and out towards D.C. as well. This one petered out a little bit farther to the west. All right, I mentioned last evening we have the Perseid meteor shower peaking last night into tonight. Now, with most meteor showers, I like to kind of temper expectations a little, especially tonight. We've got some clouds around. The moonrise is at about 12:30. As the moon comes up, that, of course, will brighten the sky a little bit and reduce the number of visible meteors. At its peak tonight, if you find a real dark spot, and if the sky manages to clear long enough over your location, you might be able to see a dozen or so meteors per hour in those ideal conditions. But I think on average, a handful at best is what you can expect. Now, even though these may appear to originate from the constellation Perseus, you can really look just about anywhere in the sky to find a meteor here and there, and you can start to look as soon as it gets completely dark. Just after sunset, that's too early, but once we get into astronomical twilight, into the true dark of night, then you can try to check this out. Again, keep your expectations in check a little bit. This isn't going to be a super great meteor shower thanks to the presence of a partly cloudy sky overhead. Those dew points, again, dropping out of the 60s down into the 50s in a lot of spots as we go into the day tomorrow. It's going to be a very pleasant summer afternoon and evening for our Wednesday, and actually pretty decent weather coming up Thursday and Friday. We've removed any small rain chances that we had previously in the forecast for the end of the week, and while it will be plenty warm, it's not going to be that muggy. The muggy air gets shunted, or stays shunted, off to our south and east at the end of the week. When we look at the next 10 days versus average, our average high today dropped from 81 to 80. That process of our averages lowering, it's a slow process, but now we've lost 2 degrees off the climatological peak of 82 back in mid-July. But anyway, average is 80 for the next 10 days, and one day maybe a little cooler than average. That's next Tuesday. Until then, we'll be above average by a fair amount. Lots of middle and upper 80s for highs over the next several days. And the warmth will start to build back in, I think, as we go towards the tail end of next week. Short and sweet tonight on Weather for Weather Geeks. Again, quiet weather expected for the next few days as the weather gets a little more active this weekend, especially Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. We'll, of course, keep you updated on any thunderstorm chances and maybe a severe thunderstorm chance before the weekend is through. Kind of early in the ballgame to be getting into specifics on that, but that's our next legit chance, I think, of a couple of decent storms at the end of the weekend on Sunday. Thanks for watching tonight. I'll see you back here on Wednesday.